And here we have Yoav Farhi from Israel. Isn't that exciting? Yoav, I would pass it on to you to give your own introduction, as well as talk to us about your journey into WordPress.
Right, so I think I've been using WordPress for about 13 years. I started with it as a CMS for my own needs. I was working in a marketing agency and we needed to create WordPress websites. And then I think it was WordCamp Tel Aviv in 2008 maybe.
Okay.
That I got familiar or learned about Automattic. And there was a speaker from Automattic that attended that company that got me really excited to be able to work at that kind of company.
Right.
And I joined Automattic a few months later, so I've been there for 10 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, I've done a bunch of roles. I've worked on a lot on customer support.
Right.
I had a stint at the amazing VIP team, and I've been, for the last 5 or 6 years, being a developer around localization, so translation processes, and also local payment methods and things like that.
Very nice. What's your feeling about WordCamp Kathmandu 2019 happening today and the community over here?
I'm really, really amazed by the strength of this community. Everyone is really friendly and helpful, but also very knowledgeable. It seems like there's a lot of WordPress expertise around here. I think somebody mentioned that a third of premium plugin shop come from Kathmandu, from Nepal, and that was really an interesting tidbit. And the question that I had on my session and everything shows a lot of knowledge, and it's great to be able to participate in a conference like that. I'm really happy.
That's very nice. You have a very interesting topic for our viewers. We've been talking about Gutenberg implementation in WordPress. You did your first Gutenberg block,
right,
for coming in Nepal. Give us more insight.
Yeah, so I've obviously, like everybody else, followed along on the creation of Gutenberg, and I had the opportunity to also help a little bit with the right-to-left languages, which is something that I know about a little. But I've never had the opportunity to create a Gutenberg block right before coming here. And when I applied to speak, I thought about maybe that's my chance, and I'll create a Gutenberg block and then share that knowledge in the process because it shouldn't be too hard. And I was surprised to see that most of the existing tutorials felt a little bit complex. They kind of expected some knowledge of Webpack or Node.js, even though at the end the code can be relatively simple, JavaScript and PHP. And so I tried to make something that was relevant. So for this talk, I created a Nepali date block. And the whole talk, 20 minutes, basically shows all of it without a lot of dependencies, and I think it turned out pretty nice. I haven't released the code yet, but I'll do it because people have asked for it. For me, it was mostly an experiment, and it turned out really well. I'm really happy with the result.
Very nice. You'd be the first person today talking about Gutenberg. And as well, it's privileged to have you who has utilized it already. So thank you for that. For our viewers, if there are a couple of things that you want to lay out as an advice out of your topic, what will that be?
So there were a few questions on the session about people who still prefer to use the classic editor and if they should stick with it, if there's any preference going forward. I think that everybody should just stay open and see where the product goes. I think it's pretty powerful, pretty amazing, and even if it doesn't fit your need or your customer needs right now, first of all, you have the possibility to influence that way, and also you can just watch because it might just as well be different in a few months from now. It's still a very young project, but I feel it's been very meaningful for the WordPress community so far, and it has a lot of possible impact that is yet to be discovered.
Very nice. Here we have Yoav saying you have to stay open, and that is one of the things that you should, or all viewers should intake. Last questions for you, Yoav. Any tips or suggestion for the newbies that is trying to come into WordPress?
So, there's many different ways. So I'll address this in two different aspects. One of them is just using WordPress, which is relatively simple, and it's getting simpler. And there's an infinite number of resources. But when you want to also contribute to WordPress, that's, I think, a really important part of this community. And some people do it there's a lot of different ways to do it, and one of it is organizing an event like this, which is kind of amazing. But there's also different ways, and one of the most accessible way, and one that I feel passionate about, is translating WordPress and plugins and themes to the different languages. That's also the reason I'm here, and tomorrow and Contribute Today, I'll be leading a workshop on translation, and hopefully we can get WordPress translated to Nepali 100% again, because it's no longer at that stage. So hopefully we can get it there and make the lives of more people easier.
We look forward to that. We look forward to tomorrow, where probably the whole language can be translated back into Nepalese language. Thank you very much, Yoav Farhi, for coming all the way from Israel. And I hope you had a great time over here in Kathmandu. Enjoy. All the best.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hemant Kumar from India, representing India here in Kathmandu 2019 WordCamp. Welcome, Hemant.
Thank you.
Would you mind introducing yourself to our viewers, as well as give us